Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be all about the Jaclyn Hill Volt palette that she collabed with Morphe. I'm sure you guys have seen so many reviews on this, also controversy like saying that she didn't release new palettes, saying that she just used the old ones. Sorry if I sound a little weird, it's because I'm sick at the moment. So this is what the box comes with. So at the back it's her picture. She has and she was so excited that the colors are beautiful, like you guys have seen in her videos, and she says that they're perfect. So which I feel like they're not. In the front is just the Morphe, which have you guys seen the controversy about that as well, about Becca, that she was like gonna get sued for that because she stole kind of like the logo. I don't know, but I've seen a lot of those videos on YouTube. But anyway, when you open it up, it does come in this bubble wrap right here. So they're pretty secure. Then you get this right here. It's pretty neat, you know, the way that she thought about this, just pulling them out, and then you get everything right here. So this is like the front of the palette. Here are the names to each of the eyeshadow palettes. So you have all of them right here. So when you do pull them out, they come like this. They do have like the specks of glitter right here, so you can pretty much see which palette is what. Some of them have like the mustard color, the purple color, brown color, and then kind of like a green color. So because my sister also purchased it, so what we kind of like saw, or she actually told me about, is that in all of the palettes, like if you guys see these right here, none of these have this sticker right here in the back. I don't know if you guys can see this one right here. So all of them are like this, and this one, the one with the sticker, is the one that I'm wearing right here, which is the Armed and Gorgeous palette. So I feel like this one, for some reason, it blended out so good. So you guys will see on the video that it does blend out pretty well, and it's this one right here. I used Access, Secure, a little bit of, no, actually I didn't use Agent, Smooth Criminal, Proud, and then Coin, and then Guilt Trip like in the inner corner, Coin like kind of in the middle, and then I used Classified, this one kind of like at the outer corner. I don't know if you guys can kind of see, but I do have close-ups of my eyes. The one I use for this other eye it's called Ring the Alarm, which was the one I was actually looking forward to using. But they all come with this little thing right here, so you can pretty much see, like, I used some of the colors. I did wear this eyeshadow palette before. I think I wore it like on Sunday, which was like 3 days ago, and like I said, I feel like I can get that type of look that I had on Saturday. I wish I would have taken a picture, but you could kind of tell it was kind of patchy. I don't know if it was like the base, but I pretty much use the same base on every of my eyeshadow looks. And then my sister was also wearing it. She was trying it out, and she used the green one, which is Dark Magic. So she used this palette right here, and I don't know, for some reason her eyeshadow started like breaking, separating. So it started separating like on her crease, which she said that she's never had any eyeshadows do that on her eyes. So I don't know what it is about this palette. What I did notice, it kind of has like a staining effect. So let me swatch Busted for you. So Busted right here. So I mean, you can see it's pigmented on your finger, right? When you go on and swatch it, like, it's super blotchy, and it has like a staining effect on your finger. I don't know if it makes sense, but I feel like they were like so bad to work with. Like I said, the one I really actually liked was the Armed and Gorgeous palette. But either way, like, I feel I wouldn't like just purchase this one on its own. I feel like I can get any other type of eyeshadows with this look. So I don't know, that's all up to you, you know, if you want to go ahead and spend that money or just get another palette. I mean, Morphe has so many different eyeshadow palettes that you guys can get, and the pigmentation on other palettes are very, very good. So it's not that saying, you know, they suck or anything, but they kind of do suck. I was very disappointed with this collection or collab she did with them. I feel like she's a really good salesperson, which is why a lot of people were going crazy over these palettes. but I am, like I said, I am gonna be returning mine. As a consumer, I feel like if you're gonna be purchasing something, it has to be good quality, especially with Morphe, because Morphe is a well-known brand. So I mean, I can say I have like a lot of palettes from Morphe. Like, I have all these palettes from Morphe. So this one's obviously, you know, a staple in my makeup. Like you guys have seen, I've done a lot of videos with the Jaclyn Hill palette. I feel like, you know, it should have just stayed to this. To be honest, I feel like they should have never came out with that Volt palette. A lot of people are disappointed in the Volt palette. I've seen so many people saying that they sold pretty much all the first collection, or the first eyeshadows they came out with, they sold it to Ulta. Ulta never took them out, so they still sold them like that. So I feel like a lot of people that bought them in Ulta are returning them, but I bought mine at the Morphe store, and it's the same thing. So it's all up to you. You know, you want to go ahead and purchase a palette that you could only use certain eyeshadows that you know are good, and then some that you know they're not good and you're gonna stay away from them. So obviously, in my personal preference, you know, I'd rather purchase a palette like the Jaclyn Hill where I know every single shadow is gonna be good, you know. So for some reason they didn't make it into this eyeshadow palette, so I feel like it's just the formula. I have so many palettes from Morphe. I have the 35B, which is a colorful one that I think they don't have this one anymore. I have this one. I have the 35O palette, which is this one right here. It has a lot of pretty browns, which are typically what everybody goes for, like neutrals. I also have the Jaclyn Hill palette, the Morphe one, this one right here. So as you guys can see, I have hit pan on some of the eyeshadows. Just because I have so many, I really don't like hit pan on them. Besides Morphe, I do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes either way. So this one's the 350S, you know, the shimmery one, which is really pretty as well. And then I also have the Morphe 3502 palette, which is one of my favorites as well. So this one, if you want to buy anything neutral, orangey, I feel like this one's better than any of the other two eyeshadow palettes that she came out with. Like this one, I don't feel like it's worth it. So I'm actually not gonna be swatching every single eyeshadow, just because there's so many already online or on YouTube. So I know I've seen Makeup by Shay or Shay XO or something like that. I'll link her YouTube channel on the bottom bar, so you guys can check it out. You know, her eyes, I don't know how she did it, because my eyes, when I started to blend the eyeshadows, try to pack it on, blend it out, you know, it was so impossible to blend out the green shadows. So my eyes started to get irritated, and my eyes get really watery, so it was bad. So like I said, I'll go ahead and link her channel down below so you guys can see every single swatch. I did use all four of the eyeshadow palettes, so I did do one with each of these. I don't know, I'm not happy with these. I'm gonna be returning them. Like I said, hopefully they take them back. I mean, I did use them, but you know, they're not like worn out or anything like that, but I just didn't like the quality. Like you guys have seen, I have a lot of palettes from Morphe. I have a lot of brushes from Morphe, you know, so obviously I'm still going to be purchasing from Morphe. I just didn't like this collection. I feel like they pretty much try to release it as soon as possible. I don't know if because they had them just sitting there, they had to sell them, you know. They do expire, so as much as they're sitting there losing their life or whatever, obviously everybody knows that, you know, they come with an expiration date. So now as far as pricing goes, I know they are $15 each single palette. If you do want to buy them individually, I believe they only sell them individually. No, they do sell them individually everywhere. Just the whole Volt, the whole thing, you can buy it in Ulta. So Ulta doesn't sell the whole Volt together. They only sell them individually. So like I said, $15 individual. And for the whole Volt, I did pay, came out to $48.49, so $50, right? I know there's a coupon code that you can use. I think it's adopt something. I'll try to link it down below if I can find it. But it's just to help and save animals. So if you guys don't want to use any of the coupon codes that other people are, you know, throwing down your throats, you know, just go ahead and use that one. So yeah, $15 individually. I know they do sell it at Morphe, Morphe.com, Morphe stores. They also do sell them at Ulta. At Ulta you can get the bundle there, so you can only get them individually, but then again you can use your rewards, or if you do have a card from there. So it's up to you, you know. I personally, like I said, will be returning this because I did not like it for at all. You know, I didn't like them, so I'm gonna return them. I think that I'm gonna personally, I am gonna return them. I don't believe in having eyeshadows there that just don't work for me. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys did purchase them, do they work good for you? Do they suck? I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of things to say about this, but I'm not trying to bash anything. You know, I'm just trying to give my personal review, my personal experience with these eyeshadows, and I was not happy with them. So I feel like they just threw them out there. They were just sitting there. If you guys do happen to have this sticker on the back, let me know if this eyeshadow palette also worked good for you guys, the one with the sticker, or if it also didn't work. I feel like these are the 3 old batch, and then this is the new batch. So I don't know, you know, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review. So yeah, stay tuned to see every single eyeshadow palette that I do use with these, just so you guys can see exactly how they work. Like I said, only one of them was a good one that I feel like it blended okay, you know, which is the Armed and Gorgeous palette. Everything else did not work for me. I was super excited basically for these 2 palettes, which was the Ring the Alarm and then the Armed and Gorgeous, simply because I do go for these colors a lot. If you guys see my tutorials or anything, any other videos that I have, or if you know me personally, you know, you guys know that these are my colors right here. So I was so excited for these eyeshadows, but to be honest, they didn't work for me. So stay tuned to see all the 4 different looks I do come up with. I did recreate the green one that Jaclyn Hill just used, which was the Dark Magic palette, but I don't know, it didn't perform the same way as it did in her eyes. So I don't know if it's the palette, I have no idea. Also, she does have a lot less space between her lid and her brow bone, so I feel like on mine, like, you can really see whenever I do blend eyeshadows right and when I don't. On her, since her eyes are more like, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like, I can't think of the word, but since her eyes are more prominent, like more depth, she has more depth right here, I feel like you can't really see where the eyeshadow, if it was blended enough or not. But I did see a lot of the comments saying that it wasn't blended. I did kind of see that it wasn't blended as well, but then again, you know, she could just say it was a camera or whatever it was. But anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts on this. Like I said, stay tuned to see the rest of the looks I do come up with. And then if you guys did get it, like I said, let me know on the bottom bar what your thoughts are. So yeah, let me know on the bottom bar if you guys are going to be purchasing it, if you guys are going to skip on this, or if you guys even going to return it, like I'm sure a lot of people did. But I mean, there's so many eyeshadow palettes that are, I'm sure, going to come out for the holidays. So I feel like, you know, if you already have something similar to that, don't even bother purchasing anything else. So yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So starting off with the look, we're just going to go ahead and set our base just to give the eyeshadows a chance. We're going to go ahead and use Poof. So the first shade we're going to be taking is going to be Potion, and we're just going to go ahead and use that right into our crease. We want to go ahead and get the most pigment from this shadow but then we also want to go ahead and blend it out a little bit towards the crease, because this is going to be our transition color. As you guys can see, this is very blotchy. I don't know, for some reason, like, it doesn't grab onto my eye, and it just settles right into the driest areas of my eye, which I've never had an eyeshadow really do that. So switching up my lighting, you guys can really see exactly where the eyeshadow doesn't grab. Like, it kind of skips. I don't know, it's just it has like a weird consistency. Like, I try to go over and over it on the same spots, you know, using a light hand, and it still doesn't grab onto those little patches. Like, you guys can see, it emphasizes every single little texture on the eyelid. I don't know, it's just so weird. So now, taking an inside job, we're gonna use that right into our crease. Like, you guys can see, it probably looks like it's well blended. When I start to pack the eyeshadow, it doesn't grab into the first half of the inner eyelid. I don't know, for some reason, like, it keeps skipping over it. As much as I intensify it, it keeps doing the same thing over and over. So you guys can see, like, I grab a little bit at a time. It is pigmented, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't grab onto every single piece of my eyelid, if that makes any sense. And I do try to go back and forth with the potion color just to try to make it blend it out as evenly as possible. And then I do take this shader lid brush from Sigma. It's the E56, and then just spray it just because this is the way that Jaclyn Hill did it. And then just taking Trickery and then just go ahead and apply this all over our eyelid. So now, taking even a smaller blending brush, we're just gonna go ahead and use this all over the transition color, just to make it look a little bit more seamless, and see if we can actually build that color in the patches that are missing. But this brush had no color in it, so I feel like it kind of did blend it out a little bit better. But you guys can see it has a lot of fallout, so definitely you want to go ahead and do your eyes before you guys actually do your face makeup. So that look right there is pretty much using the Dark Magic palette. So you guys let me know how that looks. So now, moving on to the Bling Boss palette, we're gonna be using Rockstar, just to pretty much start diffusing that color. As you guys can see, I feel like this is even patchier than the other one. You guys will see why. So I initially put this as a transition color, and it was starting to kind of blend out, but either way, you guys can see, like, it just grabbed onto the outer corner of the crease. I don't know if you guys can see that well. And then I try to go in and pack more eyeshadow, but it would only grab onto certain parts. And where I say this is the staining effect, I feel like it was just staining like the actual crease and not moving to any other place of my eyelid. I don't know, it was so weird. And I seriously lost count how many times I had to dip back into the palette just to get this intense from the eyeshadows. So in the pan it looks super dark, like it would actually be this color to start off with, but it's actually a way lighter color when you start using it. For some reason it didn't have that pigment as the second green shade we used in the previous palette. So I was not gonna be wasting my brushes, so I just went ahead and took this color switch just to go ahead and try to diffuse the crease color a little bit better, or the transition color, with no pigment. So then I took like a bone color and I tried to lower the transition color just a little bit down, so that way we don't have it so high up. So now mixing Mystic and Sparks, we're just gonna go ahead and take that in the crease, and then you guys will see right now what it actually does. So now taking Glitz and Glam and Bling Bling, we're gonna go ahead and just apply that into our lid space. I did went ahead and cut the crease off of camera just to go ahead and save time, because I know this video is gonna be long as hell. But it's pretty, you know, mixing those two colors. It's definitely pretty. I feel like it's not as pigmented as the Tarte pots that I do have, which you guys have seen on my channel already, which are my favorite. So out of comparing them to those, because those are the best ones I do have, pigment wise, I feel like, you know, it doesn't really compare. But here you can see both looks. I mean, you guys let me know. I couldn't really blend out that first purple shade that we used from the Bling Balls palette, but you guys let me know. Like I said, I feel like they didn't work. I mean, these were the most two terrible eyeshadow palettes I've used, and I've tried many. Let me tell you that I've tried a lot. So you guys can see right there where it's patchy. I don't know, I just did not like these at all. So now moving on to the Ring the Alarm palette, we're gonna go ahead and take this color called Rush, and then we're just gonna go ahead and put that as our transition color. But you guys can see it is blending out way better than the other previous two palettes that we did use. So this is still the same shade. Like you guys can see, you really have to build up the color in order to get the best intensity from the eyeshadows. So that's the problem these eyeshadows have. You have to be building them and taking your time trying to build that color. So now taking the next two shades, we're gonna go ahead and use Mugshot and then Secret, and then just going ahead and putting that into our crease. So as you guys can see, these eyeshadows have a lot of fallout, but either way it does blend out really well. I mean, better than the other last two, right? So now mixing On Camera and Boom, we're gonna go ahead and just take those onto our lid space, and then again I did go ahead and cut off the crease off of camera. So even though we did mix two colors, like you guys can see, you really have to build up that color in order to get the best intensity. So as you guys can see, it is a little bit patchy there, but way better than the first two palettes, right? I mean, way better. For the final look, using Access and Secure, we're going to go ahead and use the Armed and Gorgeous palette. So, I mean, you guys can see off the bat, it has pigment, it has blendability. So, I feel like this one was way better than any of the other eyeshadow palettes that we used. So taking Smooth Criminal and Prowl, we're just going to go ahead and intensify our crease. Just going ahead and putting this into our crease, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the eyelid. We're just going back and forth, making sure that we blend everything right, you know, everything looks seamless. Just going ahead and using those two shades, the crease color and the transition, just going back and forth. So I decided to add Top Secret into the color, just to kind of get it like a more green orange type of vibe. Like you guys can see, it did play good with the rest of the eyeshadows, but it's just like a hint of green. But moving on to Coin, we're gonna go ahead and use that right into the center of the eyelid. And with this one, you can see like it has full pigment. Unlike the other one, you really had to build it. This one off the bat has like that blinding pigment. So then I decided to use Guilt Trip and then just use it right into the inner corner. And then I did use a different shade for the outer corner, just to kind of see if it, you know, looked a little bit different, looked the same. But taking Classified, using that into the outer corner, just to use different shades of gold, you know. But I feel like at the end of the day, it looked pretty much the same. Just keep in mind, guys, you guys are gonna have a lot of fallout, so just do your eyes first and then move on to your face. So yeah, this is the final look, guys. What do you guys think? Like I said, the first two did not work at all for me. I did not like them at all. These last two, they were okay, you know, something I can work with. But other than that, I'm gonna be returning them. I don't feel like I'm gonna be reaching out for them at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Guys want to see anything else, go ahead and let me know. And then until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.